OMG. Deepika burned contract with Meg over podcast as Priyanka declares end fake friendship with her. The Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle has launched a new podcast show, Archetypes, where she talks to women from different fields, be it acting or sports or politics, and share opinions on various women-centric topics. Now, in her next episode, netizens point out that it will be Deepika Padukone who will grace Meghan's podcast show. Scroll below to know the truth. On the first episode of Archetypes, Meghan called her dear friend and legendary tennis player, Serena Williams. Now it's time for her second episode, and netizens are waiting to know who that will be. As per a Pink Villa report, a promo teaser of the podcast has been released. Among the voice clips, one voice seemed to belong to Bollywood diva Deepika Padukone, who could be heard saying sensitive and emotional. However, even though the confirmation is yet to come, netizens are quite sure that Meghan Markle's next guest will be Deepika Padukone. On the other hand, netizens were quick to point out that Priyanka Chopra, who happens to be Meghan Markle's closest friend who also was invited to the royal wedding, is missing from the guest list. Reportedly, Mariah Carey, Mindy Kaling, Margaret Cho, and comedian Amanda Seales are listed as the guests for Meghan Markle's podcast show, among the others. The first episode of Archetypes, called The Misconception of Ambition with Serena Williams, where Meghan Markle and Serena Williams talked about how women gets labeled for being ambitious. In other news, Meghan Markle used the first episode of her podcast in a bid to get revenge against the royal family and critics, a commentator has claimed. The Duchess of Sussex's long-awaited Archetypes podcast dropped on Spotify on Tuesday, and the first episode saw her discuss being labeled ambitious with guest Serena Williams. Commentator Dr. Todd Grant said the topic was chosen by former actress Meghan deliberately in order for her to even the score. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Dr. Grant said, "The theme of this podcast was Meghan getting revenge against the royal family and anyone who criticized her. The ambition topic was not chosen at random, rather it was selected by Meghan deliberately in order for her to even the score. All the various criticisms that have been thrown Meghan's way have activated her vindictiveness. I find it curious that she started her podcast with an episode about being ambitious, because one could argue that being called ambitious is a compliment. Meghan set up this episode so that if someone believed she was ambitious, she looks good because ambition is a positive trait. If somebody believed she was falsely called ambitious, she still looks good because she was the victim of unfair criticism." The YouTuber added, "She is trying to reframe the argument so she can't lose." Meghan takes a swipe at those who branded her ambitious when she started her romance with Prince Harry in the first episode of her podcast. The former Suits star says, "I don't even remember hearing the negative connotations for the word ambition until I started dating my now husband. And apparently ambition is a terrible, terrible thing, for a woman, that is according to some. So, since I've felt the negativity behind it, it's really hard to unfeel it. I can't unsee it either in the millions of women and girls who make themselves smaller, so much smaller on a regular basis." Meghan's podcast is part of her and Harry's lucrative deal with Spotify, which they signed after quitting royal duties in 2020 for a new life in the US. Elsewhere in the episode, the Duchess tells how her young son Archie narrowly escaped a fire in the bedroom where he was supposed to be sleeping during the Sussex's tour of South Africa in 2019. Meghan says, "We came back. And, of course, as a mother, you go, oh, my God, what? Everyone's in tears, everyone's shaken. And what do we have to do? Go out and do another official engagement?" I said, "This doesn't make any sense." Harry also makes an appearance in the episode, with the Duchess saying, "You wanna come say hi?" Serena also reveals the Duke of Sussex helped her with the decision to retire from tennis. Meghan, who quit as a working royal with Harry, says, I think both of us, or the three of us, really know that sometimes the right decision isn't the easiest decision. It takes a lot of courage, I think, to stop something in many ways than to keep going sometimes.